Psalm 18. Message about God's deliverance, strength, and justice. I will love thee, O Lord, my strength. The Lord is my rock, and my fortress, and my deliverer. My God, my strength, in whom I will trust, my buckler, and the horn of my salvation, and my high tower. I will call upon the Lord, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from mine enemies. The sorrows of death compassed me, and the floods of ungodly men made me afraid. The sorrows of hell compassed me about. The snares of death prevented me. In my distress I called upon the Lord, and cried unto my God. He heard my voice out of his temple, and my cry came before him, even into his ears. Then the earth shook and trembled. The foundations also of the hills moved and were shaken, because he was wroth. There went up a smoke out of his nostrils, and fire out of his mouth devoured. Coals were kindled by it. He bowed the heavens also, and came down, and darkness was under his feet. And he rode upon a cherub and did fly, yea, he did fly upon the wings of the wind. He made darkness his secret place. His pavilion round about him were dark waters and thick clouds of the skies. At the brightness that was before him his thick clouds passed, hailstones and coals of fire. The Lord also thundered in the heavens, and the highest gave his voice. Hailstones and coals of fire. Yea, he sent out his arrows and scattered them. And he shot out lightnings and discomfited them. Then the channels of waters were seen, and the foundations of the world were discovered at thy rebuke, O Lord, at the blast of the breath of thy nostrils. He sent from above, he took me, he drew me out of many waters. He delivered me from my strong enemy, and from them which hated me. For they were too strong for me. They prevented me in the day of my calamity. But the Lord was my stay. He brought me forth also into a large place. He delivered me because he delighted in me. The Lord rewarded me according to my righteousness. According to the cleanness of my hands hath he recompensed me. For I have kept the ways of the Lord, and have not wickedly departed from my God. For all his judgments were before me, and I did not put away his statutes from me. I was also upright before him, and I kept myself from mine iniquity. Therefore hath the Lord recompensed me according to my righteousness, according to the cleanness of my hands in his eyesight. With the merciful thou wilt shew thyself merciful. With an upright man thou wilt shew thyself upright. With the pure thou wilt shew thyself pure, and with the froward thou wilt shew thyself froward. For thou wilt save the afflicted people, but wilt bring down high looks. For thou wilt light my candle. The Lord my God will enlighten my darkness. For by thee I have run through a troop, and by my God have I leaped over a wall. As for God, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord is tried. He is a buckler to all those that trust in him. For who is God save the Lord? Or who is a rock save our God? It is God that girdeth me with strength, and maketh my way perfect. He mocketh my feet like hinds' feet, and setteth me upon my high places. He teacheth my hands to war, so that a bow of steel is broken by mine arms. Thou hast also given me the shield of thy salvation, and thy right hand hath holden me up, and thy gentleness hath made me great. Thou hast enlarged my steps under me, that my feet did not slip. I have pursued mine enemies, and overtaken them. Neither did I turn again till they were consumed. I have wounded them that they were not able to rise. They are fallen under my feet. For thou hast girded me with strength unto the battle. Thou hast subdued under me those that rose up against me. Thou hast also given me the necks of mine enemies, that I might destroy them that hate me. They cried, but there was none to save them. Even unto the Lord, but he answered them not. Then did I beat them small as the dust before the wind. I did cast them out as the dirt in the streets. Thou hast delivered me from the strivings of the people, and thou hast made me the head of the heathen. A people whom I have not known shall serve me. As soon as they hear of me, they shall obey me. The strangers shall submit themselves unto me. The strangers shall fade away, and be afraid out of their close places. The Lord liveth, and blessed be my rock, and let the God of my salvation be exalted. It is God that avengeth me, and subdueth the people under me. He delivereth me from mine enemies. Yea, thou liftest me up above those that rise up against me. Thou hast delivered me from the violent man. Therefore will I give thanks unto thee, O Lord, among the heathen, and sing praises unto thy name. Great deliverance giveth he to his king, and sheweth mercy to his anointed, to David, and to his seed forevermore. Amen. Psalm 18 is one of the most powerful psalms in the Bible, showcasing the strength, protection, and deliverance of God for his faithful servant. It is a song of thanksgiving, authored by King David, who reflects on the miraculous ways God saved him from his enemies and gave him victory. The psalm begins with David declaring his love for God, describing him as his rock, fortress, and deliverer. These metaphors vividly illustrate God's role as a protector and guide in David's life. David's unwavering faith in God is evident as he calls upon the Lord for help, trusting in his power to save. Psalm 18 highlights the theme of divine intervention. David recounts the terrifying circumstances he faced, including the cords of death and torrents of destruction. Yet, in his darkest moments, God responded to his cries. The vivid imagery of God's response portrays him as a mighty warrior, coming down with thunder, lightning, and trembling earth to rescue David. This dramatic description emphasizes God's supreme authority over creation and his readiness to act on behalf of those who trust in him. Another key theme in Psalm 18 is God's justice and faithfulness. David recognizes that God rewards righteousness and punishes wickedness. He attributes his victories not to his own strength but to God's favor and righteousness. This part of the psalm serves as a reminder that living in alignment with God's will brings blessings and protection, while straying from his path leads to consequences. Psalm 18 also speaks of God equipping his people for challenges. David acknowledges that God trained his hands for battle and strengthened his arms. This training signifies that God not only delivers his people, but also prepares them to face trials with courage and wisdom. David's victories were not just miracles of rescue. They were the result of God's empowerment. The psalm transitions into praise and thanksgiving as David celebrates the triumphs God enabled him to achieve. He acknowledges that his success over enemies and the expansion of his kingdom were solely by God's grace. David's gratitude serves as a model for believers to give thanks and recognize God's hand in their victories. Psalm 18 concludes with a declaration of God's eternal reign and his unfailing love for his anointed ones. David's acknowledgement of God's covenant faithfulness reflects his deep trust in God's promises. This enduring love extends to all who seek refuge in God, offering hope and assurance of his protection. For modern believers, Psalm 18 is a source of encouragement and a reminder of God's unchanging nature. Just as he delivered and empowered David, God remains a refuge and strength for all who call upon him. The psalm invites us to trust in God's ability to rescue us from life's storms and to give thanks for his constant presence and guidance. Psalm 18 teaches us that God is our ultimate protector, defender, and source of strength. No matter the trials we face, his power is greater than any obstacle. As we meditate on this psalm, may we find renewed faith and confidence in God's unwavering support and love.